Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So today I am off site, but there are a few interesting things I want to share. And in particular, there's something happening in the AI space that is mind blowing, something I've never, ever heard in previous cycles. But before I get to that, let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still holding above $70,000. That's absolutely fantastic. Considering just a week ago, a lot of people were getting depressed because Bitcoin was holding around 63, 65,000. Now we have climbed back above 70,000 and we're holding strong. So obviously we're consolidating right now and we're getting ready for the next leg up. And of course, those ETFs are starting to help. Even though, look at it, last week was absolutely horrible. Even though Grayscale continues to sell, but the ETFs are picking up. So this week has been absolutely fantastic. Well, Monday, you could see on the screen, just barely in the green. But yesterday we had a big inflow, a massive inflow, okay? Which means those ETFs and a lot of institutions are starting to buy once again. As long as we're getting massive inflow, guys, into these ETFs, which means Bitcoin is being taken out of circulation, Bitcoin is going to be doing just fine. That's bottom line is, you know what? As long as we get more ins than out, we're going to be doing just fine, right? And last week was just not good. We just had too much selling from Grayscale last week. But right now, it's looking good. So the market bell has not opened, has not rung yet. We'll see what today will be like. But I think it could be good. I think it could be good. Let me show you a few things. ETFs, right? There's a lot more coming. So, of course, the big boy is BlackRock, and then Fidelity is the second big boy. But you have a lot of the smaller fund companies, and I say smaller, but they still have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin in there, right? So you have a couple new ones coming in. Hashdex, actually, this is what I want to say. Hashdex is going to have a new Bitcoin ETF coming in, okay, and that's another entrance into the race. Okay, it's not going to hurt. I don't know how much volume they're going to pull. That's going to be good. But going back to this, Wisdom Tree has now gained approval to purchase spot ETFs, 206 million and 170 million funds. Doesn't mean that they're going to put all of it into spot ETFs, but they have gotten approval, right? So again, you got a lot of big institutions and companies coming in, right? They can't really buy physical Bitcoin, but they're buying the next best thing, the spot ETFs. So these ETFs, the narratives behind ETF it's just going to keep on continuing, right? It's just another avenue, really. It's not even a narrative. I misspoke. It's not really a narrative. It's really just another avenue for big money to enter the space. That's really the best way to think about it, right? And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And because of ETFs, we're about to close this month in green. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more days. Okay, so there's a chance that maybe we have a downturn, but right now it's looking good. This would be our seventh consecutive green month. 7. Looking through this, I don't know if we ever had 7 consecutive green months ever in Bitcoin's history. I'm looking through this and I don't see it. I think prior we had 5 months. Yeah. I don't think we ever had 7 consecutive green months. I'm looking through this and I don't see it. And, no one's complaining, of course, right? I mean, when you come up, when you start recovering from the bottom, of course, you're going to have a lot of green months. But normally speaking, you have like a red month, 1 or 2 in between while you're recovering. This time around, you can see ever since September, nope, October is when things really start moving. November, December, January barely eked out. Okay, and then February, tremendous, huge month. And March is not looking bad either. And I honestly feel like right now, since we're consolidating around 70,000, and ETFs are starting to inflow more than outflows again, we're going to get that next leg up, like right around the corner. We'll be back at 73,000, and then we're going to get to 75, and then we're going to get to 80. And I really think all that is right around the corner. Um, and this also shows the sell side liquidity have reached an all-time low versus demand. That's interesting. I've never seen this metrics before, but I think that's a pretty telling one. I mean, just look at it. Look at the black and the purple color. They're exactly opposite each other, right? And again, like who's selling at this point? Besides Grayscale, who else is selling Bitcoin, right? This basically shows you very little people. Besides Grayscale having their massive outflows, everyone else is like, yeah, I'm gonna hold my Bitcoin. I mean, it's at $70,000 and it could be at 80 or 100,000 by halving. Why would I sell now, right? So again, metrics like this shows you we're going to make that next leg up. We're going to make it soon, very, very soon. And here's something else that's interesting. Look at what happened started March 15th, right? All the leverage basically got wiped out. We know, right? It's been painful to play with leverage the last few weeks, right? We got a lot of volatility up and downs, a lot of liquidations, right? You got to set those stop gaps or stop loss gaps really, really small, tiny. And you could see prior, people were making a killing from leverage. But afterwards, look at it. From the 16th on, it's basically all clear, which means, if people start piling on the leverage again, we could definitely see some greater movement from it too, right? So like right now, it's like kind of like no man's land, right? But if we get a lot of short leverage going, we get them liquidated, short squeezes, that can definitely help us move forward as well. And, like I said, I think that next leg up is around the corner. We're in a pattern that's very similar to 2017 that looks exactly, right now looks exactly like the point before we form that next leg up in a big, big way, right? So when it comes to Bitcoin, there's really no fear whatsoever. But it does seem like there's a lot of things that are very positive, very positive. So don't be giving up. Don't be giving up. Okay, now the thing I alluded to at the beginning about what's going on in AI, something I've never ever seen before. I saw this, and I'll end with this. You have three major AI companies now discussing merging their tokens together. I'm talking about Singularity, Fetch AI, and Ocean Protocol. This is absolutely wild. I've never, ever heard of three companies in the same niche trying to merge together. Singularity is, they're probably the oldest AI project that we have, and they're in all these things. And the founder is the founder of Sophia the robot, but they have everything when it comes to AI. They have their own GPUs. Their DeepIn project, but also they have a lot of data models. They have their marketplace. They're working on robotics. I mean, they're all over the place. Fetch AI is an AI play that uses AI agents, and then or L1 that uses AI agents, and Ocean Protocol is more like a decentralized marketplace for AI data and models. And they're talking about just canceling out all their tokens and merging together into this new token that has a value of 7.5 billion, which would put them towards the top. It would be in the top 15. And they're going to call the new token Alt Signals, ASI. And they would all still operate as separate entities, but they would all be using just one token, ASI. That's wild. That's absolutely wild, right? So I'm curious to see if this is really going to happen. I don't know what spurred this, why they feel like they need to merge, why they can't just continue to operate. I mean, Fetch AI, I mean, their token is sky high. I mean, they've broken all-time highs several times. Singularity's up there too, and Ocean is a smaller, but again, kind of wild, but it just shows you how early we are. And this AI narrative is not going to stop. So anything that deals with AI and also DePIN that deals with AI, right? I think they're going to do fantastic this cycle. DePIN, there's a lot of projects that's focused on decentralized storage, but more importantly, the ones focused on decentralized GPU sharing, compute, right? The processing power, like that is what a lot of people are interested in because that's what AI needs. A lot of GPU, a lot of processing power, a lot of compute power, and decentralized projects can definitely help with that. So, all right, guys, that's it for this video. The market is about to open. We will see what happens. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.